I am not going to be bullied into silence. I think this is the conversation we should be having because there are a number of very prominent, quote unquote, conservatives who come to what you write about in the book, Rabbi, the Israel test, and say, okay, one, I do recognize Jews are everywhere. They are prominent, they are in every index of society, and they're doing well for the most part. And two, they are very influential, their way of life, what they bring to the table, their value set, they are very influential. Every one of us comes to the Israel test that the rabbi talks about. And the only difference between me and some of these other people is is how I feel about it, what I think about it. Do I have admiration and appreciation? And I do. And it's almost unnatural. The moment I gave my life to the Lord when I was 19 years old, I was so excited about Jesus. Love him. And I went to an airport and I was talking to a young man who is Jewish. I think he was like 18 and 19 also. And we just started talking. And I don't know what you call it, Rabbi, but he was one of the young men in America who was going to spend a year with the military, with the IDF. And so we just started talking and I found out he was a Jew. And I mean, for the first time, that's my first time ever knowingly talking to someone who was Jewish. And I just had an immediate love.
Mhm,
It was just a love and an appreciation. One, because Jesus is a Jew,
mhm.
and recognizing that without the Jewish people, I wouldn't have Jesus. But then, of course, over the years from 18 to today, of just understanding the history of the Jewish people, the flow of history, and then coming to this place of saying, I see what everyone else sees. I see that the Jewish people are very prominent, very prevalent in a lot of different indexes of life. I also see, especially after reading your book, I see the influence as well to a much deeper, with a much deeper sense of it. And I come to both of those and I say, thank you, God. You
Mhm.
describe it as God needing to create an indestructible people who would last throughout all generations, carrying these values from one generation to the next generation to the next generation, indestructible. That would certainly be the Jewish people.
Yeah, and you talked about it